Almost half of people working in the financial and insurance industry experience ongoing stress in their job. In the 2017 Indicators of a Thriving Workplace survey by SuperFriend, it found 44% of financial workers surveyed have left a job because of a poor workplace mental health environment. It found many financial services employers believe their employers don't have enough time to address mental health concerns among their workers. Well, to chat more about the findings, I'm joined by SuperFriend CEO Margo Lydon from our Melbourne studios. Great to see you this afternoon, Margo.
Thanks, Rachel. Lovely to be here.
How does workplace mental health for this financial and insurances sector compare to the broader market?
Certainly we've looked at the national average and overall it is pretty much on par with Australia. And I think what we're seeing from a national result is that we've still got a long way to go. So for this industry, that also is relevant. We're sitting at about 55 out of 100 for the national result and just above that for the financial services industry. And that indicates to us that employers can absolutely take more proactive action to bring about better workplace mental health and wellbeing practices to benefit their people, but importantly the business outcomes of profitability as a result of productivity and a reduction of costs.
When we break down some of the different numbers that have been given to us from this data. For example, when accessing confidential support services, the financial and insurances sector is about a fifth higher than the national average. Any suggestion as to why it is particularly higher?
Well, I think it's a really good result for the industry that really shows that they are investing in support services for their people. I think also when you look at the financial services industry, it's an industry that is very affiliated with regulation. It's very close to understanding what their legal obligations about providing a mentally healthy or a safe work environment, and an employee assistance program or support services are part of that solution. So it is good to see that the industry is well ahead of the national average in that, but there are other indicators where there is greater opportunity for growth as well.
You mentioned that this sector is tightly regulated, and in fact, of course, the Royal Commission is continuing to sit at the moment in Darwin. What extra pressures do you think that has had on the sector?
Well, the interesting thing about this data, Rachel, is that it is 2017. So this was pre-Royal Commission, pre-Productivity Commission, pre the budget announcement changes affecting superannuation, etc., etc. So we're going to be very interested to see the 2018 data. But what I think your question is asking is very much around what does that mean for the workforce inside the financial services industry? And that is that they are undergoing scrutiny and stress. And we know with prolonged stress, that puts people at risk of developing mental illness, certainly poor mental health, and we need as an industry, the financial services industry, to rally and lean into supporting better our people in those work environments.
What are some of the ways that can happen then, that people can be better supported?
Look, I think the best bang for a buck for any industry, any employer, is about training your frontline managers in good quality evidence-based mental health training. This is about picking up the early warning signs. I guess if you don't know an employee on a good day when they turn up to work and are performing really well, how are you going to notice them and know what those differences might be on a bad day? So it's helping employers and managers, frontline managers, really understand and see those early warning signs, and then give them the skills not to be a counsellor, but to direct people to the support and the helps that they may need. So that might be the employee assistance program, it might be Lifeline, it might be counselling, it might be seeing their GP, it might be taking some time off. There's a number of strategies that workplaces can actually really rally around and support somebody who's struggling.
Margo Lydon, the CEO of SuperFriend, thanks so much for your time this afternoon.
My pleasure, Rachel. Thank you.